What's up, I'm Aqua, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make a two-way superstar like Travis Hunter. Now, I'm going to be speaking a little slower in this video because I want to make sure I get everything right. It's very easy to mess up, so every step is actually important. Let's just get into it. So the first step, we're going to come to the Creation Center and create your player. The reason I say come here is so that you have to make two characters. One for your offensive position and one for your defensive. So for video purposes, we're going to make a quarterback here, and then I'm going to make what's the first defensive position? Left end. Just so we can get there quick, right? So we're going to make our quarterback. I'm not even going to do everything, but if this is your character, you're going to make your ratings, attributes, yada yada, and then come down here at the bottom to edit your appearance. This is where you're going to pick your helmet and your height and weight, all that jazz, right? You're going to save, right? Save your player to a file, right? So we're just going to put U. It's going to save it under file U. So once you save that character, your first character, you're going to come back out and go to share and manage files. You're going to go to load and delete files, and you're going to load the roster that you just created with your quarterback, right? Or whatever offensive character you made. You can make a defensive character first too, it doesn't matter, but whatever character you just made, you're going to load that roster. So we have the roster loaded. We're going to come back out here to the main menu, not the main menu, but regardless, you're going to come and create your second player. So if you made a defensive player first, make the offensive and vice versa. So we made our quarterback first. Now we're going to make a left end. You make whatever position, it doesn't matter. You go through the same steps, create the character. If you really want to get into it, you create the exact same character with the exact same ratings and attributes. Only difference is obviously as a left end, I don't need I don't need throw accuracy deep. I'm just gonna upgrade the stuff that I need for a defensive player and do all that creation stuff, and then you're gonna save your left end to the same file. Don't make a new one. You're gonna go to the same file and you're gonna see overwrite. You might panic, but no, this is just gonna make a roster that includes your offensive and defensive player. It's not gonna delete the player you just made. So you're gonna save to that roster, and then once that is done, we're gonna come out here to edit roster just to double check and make sure everything went smooth. So we're gonna check quarterback. We have my character, and then we're gonna check the left end where I have my character. So now that we know that both the characters are loaded, we're going to go to share and manage files. This is just to be completely sure, make sure nothing goes wrong. We're going to load the file one more time. So load that roster. So now you know for a fact that you have the roster that includes both of your characters on whatever team you chose. Also be mindful of that, because the trading portion, getting your characters on a different team is going to be a hassle. I'll get into that later in the video. But so now that we have the roster loaded, we're going to come over to franchise. In franchise, we're going to create a new league and then use our active roster. If you want to do it online or offline, it's up to you. I don't know, regardless. So we're going to do offline because it just makes it easier. So use active roster, and it's going to load our roster that we have just uploaded, which is both of our players. You're going to pick the team that has both your players. So we put them on the Eagles, right? Now, when you get here, I personally would recommend that you create a player, active player, control your defensive player, whatever defensive position you made, control that character. The reason I'm saying this is because when you get in the game, right? Let's say we controlled our offensive player. When you go to defense, you're going to be scrambling. Where's my character? Where's my character? It might be hard to find your character unless you're on the D line. And maybe by the time you finally switch to your character, the ball's already going to be snapped. You're not going to be ready. If you just start with your defensive player, then you can just play defense normally. You'll be on your character on every snap. You won't have to worry about that. All right. So we're going to control our defensive player, because when you're on offense, if you make a wide receiver, running back, you'll have enough time to get to the player, and you don't have to worry about the ball getting snapped unexpectedly because you're in charge of snapping the ball. All right, now that we're loaded in, you're gonna come over to franchise settings, go to league settings, and then scroll down and make sure that you have, where is it? Make sure you have full on-field control on. If you turn it off, then you're gonna be locked to your defensive player all game long, and it's just not fun. So make sure you have this turned off. I mean on. Make sure you have this turned on. That way you're able to switch. Okay, so in the middle of me trying to show this, since I'm only controlling my defensive player and I didn't up the stats, this is a 50 overall quarterback. He got signed to the practice squad and then released. So I'm just gonna switch over to my Travis Hunter files, but everything else is gonna be the same. It's just gonna be a different player here. So here we are out here on offense, and see how you're on offense. If you have full on-field control, you're gonna switch to your character. So for our instance, is Hunter. Double click on your left stick, and it'll initiate player lock. So you'll only be controlling your character. So that way, if you're not open, Mahomes will throw somewhere else, or whoever your quarterback is will throw somewhere else. But if you are open, then you get dotted up like that. You don't have to control nothing but your character. Once you're finished with your offensive series, make sure you come to custom play options and click to play all defense. This way you don't have to go through any of the special team stuff. You're gonna click all defense, play your moment. Now you're gonna find your character on defense. This Travis Hunter thing that I'm doing offline, I have him locked in as the receiver, so that's why this is why it's messed up. But ideally you would be controlling your defensive player at all times, so you wouldn't have to worry about that. But when you're here, you just find your character on defense and then lock in with the with the player lock. But also you can tap up on the D-pad over and over so you can get this camera. Whichever camera you prefer, it's up to you. If you like the player lock camera more than just click the left stick every time, but just so the camera will just stay here, and then you're pretty much on the defensive player all the time. So that is how you create the two-way superstar. Obviously, unfortunately, we can't have the same number on offense and defense. That kind of blows, but obviously it makes sense to the NFL. So yeah, that's gonna do it though. That's gonna do it. If you appreciated this, please leave a like. You know what I'm saying? This took me a little bit to figure out. It wasn't too complicated, but I mean, I just appreciate a like on the video. All right. Oh, I forgot. Let me show you how to switch teams. Almost forgot. Whoa. If you want to switch teams, whatever character you have control of, you're gonna have to wait till the end of the season. Unfortunately, you can't trade yourself. You can't demand a trade like that. You know what I'm saying? Madden's kind of 20 years behind 2K. So you can't demand a trade and you can't trade yourself. So you're stuck on the team until the end of the season. But once you do get to the end of the season, the off season, you would demand a release with the character that you're controlling and then sign with whatever team you want to do. So, right. So let's say, I just signed with the Raiders, right? Random. Sign with the Raiders. So now I have my offensive or defensive player, whichever one I'm controlling. I have that player on the Raiders signed. The next step you'll have to do is come over to user teams, click new character, and then you'd go to whatever team you signed to with your main character. So the Raiders, you'd click the Raiders and then keep the role as the coach, or you could do owner as long as you're not making a player. You click coach, and then you can just trade yourself between the teams. You don't have to worry about like making the trade even or something. You're gonna come down here, manage roster, trade center, trade finder, right? So then find the team that you were previously on, your character is still on. So in our case, it would be the Chiefs. You're gonna click your character. So Travis Hunter, yeah, that's the one we're not controlling. And then you just throw something in there. I don't know. It doesn't have to be even. I don't know. Let's just grab some scrub on the team. Let's trade them. Let's trade. Do you Raiders have a fullback? It's gonna put them under whatever. Okay, so just pick some random person on the team that you just don't care about. Throw them in the trade. Submit the offer. Oh my God, there's salary cap. Ideally, you'd have salary cap turned off when you create your league and everything. But once you turn salary cap off, or if there is cap room for you, then the trade will just go through, and that's how you get both of your characters on a new team. That's it. All right, so that's it for the video. That's how you trade your character. That's how you make the two-way star. Please subscribe because I actually have a Travis Hunter series coming out with the two-way, like I just demonstrated in this video. I really appreciate it if y'all support that. If it's something you'd be interested in, I'm gonna do it. So that's gonna do it for the video. Peace.